Hey everybody, this is part 3 of 4 of the shifting series. So last time you practiced shifting under load. Today I want you to practice shifting from the big to the little and back to the big chainring up front. For obvious reasons, we want to be able to use all of our gears. It's important to be able to do that. But there are certain instances when it's very important to be able to shift quickly and seamlessly between big and little. One of these examples is coming up to a hill. So if you're on a flat road, coming up to a hill at speed, you're probably in your big chainring already. But if that hill is steep, eventually you're going to want to use your little chainring because you need easier gearing. Now the problem, if you wait until the hill to shift from big to little chainring, that's a big jump. And that's also probably when your chain is under load because you're going up the hill, you're putting a lot of force on it. And that's really not a good combination, making a big jump up front in your gearing, having your chain under load. You could potentially drop your chain or perhaps damage your equipment by grinding that chain. So it's important to be able to switch from that big to the little chainring before you get to that hill. But you also don't want to switch and then start spinning out. So what do? You have to be able to switch from big to little, and then almost simultaneously in the rear, you want to shift a couple shifts harder. So you actually end up almost in the same gear, except now you've prepped your bike for that hill and you're now in that small chainring. So to practice this, I want you to try this drill. Put your rear cassette somewhere in the middle. It doesn't have to be exactly the middle. You just need to have about 3 harder and 3 easier gears to shift to. Then put your chain in the big chainring up front and just start pedaling along. Then I want you to practice shifting that front from big to little, and then almost simultaneously at the same time, shift the rear 3 or maybe 2 harder. Now the order you do this in is up to you, and I recommend you try both. So you can do the front then rear really fast, front, rear, 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 or you can do rear, 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 front. But the goal is to almost do it at the same time so you really don't have much of a lag or gap in that gearing. And then I just want you to try it the other way. Start in the small chainring, then go to the big chainring up front. And again, you're going to want to go 2 or 3 easier in the rear. Now, note that I'm saying 2 or 3. This will really depend on the speed you're going at, the terrain you're on, the load that your chain is already under. So play around with it. Some people, they prefer 2 shifts, some people 3. There might be instances where you need to dump 4 or 5 even. And the more you practice this, the more intuitive it will become, and you'll find that your shifting gets a lot better.